You are currently leaving $60,000 on the table by chasing the wrong remote roles. While thousands of applicants flood the same entry level postings, data scientists in niche sectors are quietly negotiating six-figure contracts from their living rooms. Today, I am breaking down the three exact career paths where companies are desperate for talent, including a wildcard role that almost no one in the current job market is targeting yet. If you are ready to stop commuting and start earning, find a quiet place, settle in, and let us get down to business. The first path is most accessible for professionals with existing corporate experience, specialized remote project management within the technology sector. Companies like Atlassian and GitLab have been fully remote for years, and they are constantly hiring experts to bridge the gap between engineering teams and stakeholders. According to recent compensation data from Glassdoor and Levels.fyi, a senior technical project manager in a major tech firm typically commands a base salary between $110,000 and $150,000, excluding equity grants. Think about your current work history. Have you ever overseen a complex launch, coordinated between different departments, or managed a budget of over $50,000? If the answer is yes, you have the foundational experience to pivot. You do not need to be a coder to do this. You need to be a communicator. The key here is focusing your resume on agile methodologies and successful remote team coordination. Companies want proof that you can keep a team of developers on schedule from across the country, not just across the desk. Start by targeting companies that are remote first by design rather than those simply allowing remote work as a temporary perk. A remote first company has the infrastructure, the onboarding, and the management culture that ensures your six-figure salary comes with the freedom you actually want. Now, let us level up to the second path, which is where things get really interesting for those who enjoy the intersection of data and strategy: cloud architecture consulting. This is for the person who loves solving infrastructure puzzles and knows their way around Amazon Web Services or Microsoft Azure. If you have a background in information technology, you're sitting on a gold mine. A study conducted by the International Data Corporation in 2024 highlighted that the global cloud talent gap is expanding, forcing firms to pay a massive premium for verified expertise. We are seeing base salaries in this space hitting $160,000 with ease. I remember speaking with a consultant named Marcus who transitioned from a local banking ITO role to a remote cloud consultant position in just 9 months. He spent his evenings earning certifications and documenting his small scale migration projects on a personal blog. When he applied for his current role, he did not just send a resume, he sent a case study. He showed them exactly how he cut latency for a client by 40% using specific cloud configurations. That kind of tangible evidence overrides 10 years of generic corporate experience every single time. That is your edge. Stop selling yourself as an employee and start selling yourself as a solution. When you can calculate the exact return on investment for the company, the salary negotiation shifts from what can you afford to pay me to how much value can I bring you in the next quarter. If this is clicking for you, hit subscribe. I drop videos like this every week to help you navigate the changing landscape of remote work. Enjoying this so far? Stick around because the third method I have saved for you is the one that really changes the math. All right. Remember how I mentioned the third one was a wild card? Here it is. It is high level remote technical sales, specifically within the B2B software as a service market. This is the path that has the highest earning ceiling of all three. While project management and cloud architecture have more predictable salary bands, remote sales is uncapped. The base salary usually starts at $80,000 to $90,000, but with commission structures, you are looking at $200,000 to $300,000 total compensation for top performers. And here is the secret that nobody tells you: it is not about being a slick talker. It is about being a consultant for your buyer. A report from the LinkedIn Sales Navigator team found that 82% of decision makers will take a meeting if the seller is viewed as a subject matter expert, not just a salesperson. Imagine you are selling cybersecurity software. If you understand the regulations, the risks, and the specific pain points of a chief information officer, you aren't selling a product. You are solving their biggest risk factor. You can do this from a desk in your home office, conducting Zoom demonstrations for prospects in London, New York, or Singapore. The demand for remote sales talent is incredibly high because companies are struggling to maintain client relationships without face-to-face interaction. If you can master the virtual demonstration, the virtual negotiation, and the virtual closing, you become the most valuable person on that company's payroll. Let that sink in for a second. Once you see that the remote world is just a collection of digital meetings, you realize that your physical location is entirely irrelevant to your earning potential. So there you have it. We covered technical project management for the organized leaders, cloud architecture for the infrastructure solvers, and remote software sales for those who want to build their own ceiling. These are not just remote jobs. They are career pillars that provide stability, massive income potential, and total geographic freedom. Each of these paths requires a different blend of skills, but they all share one thing. They are high demand roles where the output is easily measured in a digital environment. You do not need to wait for a perfect moment to start this. You just need to choose one path and start building the evidence that proves you can do the job. The transition might take months of effort, but the result is a life where your income is tied to your talent, not your commute. If you found value in this, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive into high value remote careers. I am already working on a guide for how to negotiate that six-figure offer once you land the interview, so keep an eye out for that next week. See you then.